G'day folks, today I'm at Lake Moodemere and I'm fishing for everything and anything. Usually it's a carp fishery, but lately I've been catching a few redfin here. I caught a silver perch here, a lot of little carp, and the lake's full. That's because the Murray River has filled up and has been pumping fresh water into the lake, filling it up with clearer water and also filling it up with redfin. Now, I've been fishing for a while this morning. If you're watching, a young bloke Jack, I've been fishing with Jack. He's a real nice guy. Jack left about an hour ago, and I've just been catching a few small carp and some redfin while Jack was here. Now I'm about to pack up and leave. But before I go home, I thought I might just have one last crack here and see whether there's any redfin here. Yeah, then there is. They are still here. I caught a few here earlier when Jack was here, and there's one right there. Oh, he got off. He took the strike tiger nymph in whitebait pearl with the claws removed. I just had this brainwave before I go. I wasn't filming today. I've come over here with my wife Loretta and we're just having a relaxing fishing day without filming. But I thought, why not go and film a few of these and see if I can get a short video to share in the middle of winter in my From the Vault series. I should have been filming earlier. I think I caught something like 8 redfin in 10 casts or something, and there's another one. Got him. This one's tiny. They've all been small. A couple of them have been a little bit bigger than that, but not much. That's a tiny redfin caught on the striped tiger nymph in whitebait pearl colour. Little redfin. See you later, mate. As I was saying, while Jack was here earlier, I kid you not, in about probably a 3 or 4 minute period, I think I caught 8 redfin on 10 casts. Well, I've made 2 casts now, and I've caught 1 and lost 1 in 2 casts. But after I caught those 8 earlier, they slowed right down. They stopped biting. I don't know whether I caught them all, or they cottoned onto the fact that the little white nymph was a trap. Something that didn't got him. Another tiny redfin on the striped tiger nymph. Now the redfin are funny in this lake. I said this in a recent video and I'll say it again now. When Lake Moodemere floods, when Lake Hume fills and it goes over the floodgates and it fills the Murray River enough to flood fresh water into Lake Moodemere, we usually get good redfin fishing for a while afterwards. But they disappear. They don't seem to breed up and overpopulate in here. And there's another one. Give it 3 or 4 years of no floodwater coming in, the lake drops down to a low level, and the redfin just slowly but surely they just disappear. And it's I've lost count already. Is that 3 in 4 casts? Yeah, as I was saying, slowly but surely they seem to disappear. It fishes well for redfin when there's fresh water flowing in, and then when that water stops, they just their numbers just dwindle away. I don't know why that is. It's a bit of a mystery, this lake. But I'm hoping that for the next 12 months or so we might get some half decent redfin fishing at least. There's one tapping it. Got him. The Lake Moodemere redfin bonanza. Little redfin. Number 6,433. See you later, mate. Now, for those that don't know how Lake Moodemere works, let me tell you. Lake Moodemere isn't a weir, like the Yarrawonga weir, which we call Lake Mulwala, or the Almore weir on the Campaspe River, or the Nagambie weir on the Goulburn River. A weir is usually like a wall on the river that floods the river, lifting the water level, allowing water to gravity feed channels. This isn't a weir. Oh, that was a touch. Got him. The Lake Moodemere small redfin bonanza. See you later, mate. Right, so now we've worked out that Lake Moodemere isn't a weir. Nor is it an impoundment, like Lake Hume or Lake Eildon or Lake Dartmouth. These impoundments are designed to impound water, to hold back water, huge volumes of water for irrigation. Moodemere is not that either. It's only a very small lake. If you were to drain all this to flow down the Murray River, you probably wouldn't keep the river flowing for half an hour. That's how little it is. Moodemere, Lake Moodemere, it's a flooded swamp. It's a flooded lagoon. It's a glorified lagoon. I'm down here in the Red Gum Flats, on the Murray River Flats. But what they've done to the lagoon, they've put a little bit of a wall at the end of the lagoon so that it can't flow back into the river, and it holds the water back. So if that wall wasn't there, most of this water would have drained out and we'd be stuck with the original lagoon, which would be full at the moment because of the recent rain. So basically Lake Moodemere is a glorified lagoon. It's a lagoon that's been artificially had the water level raised with a little retaining wall that stops the water going back into the Murray River. Now in periods of dry, I missed him out of touch. During periods of dry weather, when we get a few years where the Murray River doesn't flood, where we don't get enough rain to fill Lake Hume, a redfin or something chasing a minnow out there by the looks of it. Oh no, fuck that gum tree. I could see something swimming around the surface there, and I hastily cast out and hit that tree. And now, as I was going to say, during the dry years, when we don't get floodwater, the Murray doesn't fill, Lake Hume doesn't fill, and the Murray doesn't flood, what they do, they pump water into Lake Moodemere. They pump water in from the Murray River. And that water then gets pumped out by irrigators down there on the lake. There's Moodemere wines. I'm not sure whether Buller wines pump out of here or not, but there's a couple of wineries and farmers that pump water out of Lake Moodemere. So essentially it is kind of like it's kind of like a storage capacity, but it's not. It's just a glorified lagoon that gets a little bit of water pumped in each year that then gets pumped out onto the farmland. So it's not a reservoir and it's not an impoundment. It's a glorified lagoon, and what sets it apart from other lakes, like those big lakes, is that this only ever fills up naturally when we get a flood. It has water piped into it or pumped into it from the river, and it only fills up naturally when we get a flood, which is what happened this year. And when it happens, we get really good fishing here, like I'm experiencing today. They're all small, but I reckon they're going to grow, and hopefully down the track we'll get some good redfin fishing. And then eventually, like I said, if it doesn't flood again, the redfin are likely to disappear again. Oh, that was a touch. Oh, I got him. They're all so small. That's probably the biggest one I've caught. Sometimes when I'm out in these quiet places, I like to just stop and think, what can I hear? I can hear a peaceful dove. I can hear lots of cicadas. I can hear vehicles on a distant road over there, probably trucks on the Murray Valley Highway, I'm guessing. I can hear blowflies. I can hear frogs. Got him. I just heard a little bird called a pardolet. I think it was a striated pardolet. They're a really small bird that live in these gum trees. I can hear a branch falling out of that tree, or a bit of bark falling off. It's always really good to just shut your mouth, which is something that I don't do often enough. Just be quiet and just take in the surrounds and focus on what can I hear. I can hear some wrens, probably blue wrens. They sound like they're quite a fair way away. I can just hear them. Got him. See you later, mate. I can hear a bit of wind in the trees. can just hear a kookaburra. Sounds like it's a long way away. I just heard some magpies. Something sitting my lure. I can hear a water hen. I think I just heard a galore or a cocky. Got him. Oh, he got off. That was the biggest one of the day too. It's always the biggest ones that get off. Right, one more cast. I can hear a bird going cheep, 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 cheep. I think it might be a white-throated tree creeper, I think. And I can hear a gun over there. It might be a scare gun though. There it goes again. I can definitely hear cockies. Got him. I'm having a blast. It's great to see Lake Moodemere looking like this. Fisheries stock this lake with yellow belly. So I'm hoping that some of them yellow belly just gorge out on these redfin and fatten up. Folks, I've had a blast. This video is going into the From the Vault video series. If you saw my video, kayak fishing for redfin at Lake Moodemere, well, that video was filmed the day after this one. That was filmed tomorrow. If you didn't see that video, well then chances are that I didn't have any luck tomorrow. I didn't catch anything tomorrow. That is really bad Ingamish. But anyway, folks, I've got another fish. I'm having a blast. Lake Moodemere is turning it on with the small redfin. Hopefully in a few months' time we start seeing some bigger size ones. Thanks very much for watching my Lake Moodemere tuition, information, education from the vault video.